So the Titans can't go back to the future. We figured that out. You...
Wait, no, but Aaron can. Aaron can. Remember, he's got his brain thing. This is magic part. He goes and annoys his dad. Spoilers. Nothing. Nothing. You'll get nothing from me. But I still am pro fighter jets.
Pro fighter
Because-
jets. You think Tom Cruise beats Ymir? And I thought it could be fun. Have you got a picture of your car?
My car got ridden off halfway through last year. But
Damn. Wait,
yeah,
I thought that was your
the
family
same week
car.
as my back surgery
Maybe,
and my
maybe
breakup.
Have you heard about what I built, by the way, just before we start?
Oh no! I mean, I am aware of AI cars. I've been watching your
Oh my god, people are using it. Look,
but
these are
yes,
randoms. These are
tell
random
me about it.
people's cars.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
But check out these, Finn. I don't know if you can see. How cool is
Yeah,
it? You see what I mean?
it's pretty nice.
really.
Yeah,
There's a good one down lower. I'm trying to find it. Check out this one. Look at that.
ooh, yeah.
How unreal is that? It just completely changes the car. Anyway, let's get
Yeah.
into a video, shall we?
Cool.
So yeah, come check out AI My Cars. Your boy built it, and building lots of fun things. So what's up, guys? My name's Dylan. I just put a PhD in physics on hold, and this guy over here is just some guy I found on the street.
Yeah,
sorry
that's
about it. Now, who are you?
Nice to meet you.
Who are you?
I'm Finn. The street Dylan found me on was next to the physics department in Dunedin a few years ago. I have just finished my master's in physics and am looking to start a PhD soon.
Awesome. That's
me,
That's Finn.
pretty much. We're friends. We are friends. I think we're friends. I hope we're friends.
He's known as Quantum Jesus. At least that's what I call him.
Back in the day.
We'll explain why another time. But anyway, so Finn, could the modern world beat the rumbling?
Oh, that is an excellent question.
Before
If
we
I
watch,
was a general
what's your
in
hypothesis?
charge, my hypothesis, firstly, I think there would be a lot of damage. I reckon that we have the weapons capabilities to beat the rumbling. Yeah.
Give me the specifics. Give me the physics.
Bioweapons would be the trump card, but
Interesting.
I feel like aerial ability, like some of those fighter jets, think of an A-10 Warthog. That thing is insane. Of course, it could beat it.
True.
Like you've seen, it would
Yep.
be in.
My hypothesis, yes, we could win very, very easily. Not only that, like, could we just EMP? What's his name? I can't think of the main
Mr.
character.
Jaeger.
Yeah,
Aaron?
Mr. Jaeger. Yeah, Aaron. could like the fountain thing, the mystical stuff. Like, if we were to EMP, no, actually, I don't think that would work. But I think we could do some physicsy things. I don't just mean the rumbling. Maybe that's what they're talking about in this video. Like, could we stop Aaron doing all that weird shit? But the actual, I thought they were just referring to the big walking people. Like, could we beat them, kind of thing? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could we stop it?
That's what. Yeah.
I guess that's another question, and I think we could as well, because there's things we can do to damage Earth's magnetic field temporarily, but it could be risky because you'd risk like destroying your own world doing that. Like nuclear weapons, there was a big fear when we first started using them that maybe we could destroy the magnetic field and things like this. We can't, and they like recover over time. I mean, anyway, that's a long discussion. Let's watch this video, shall we?
Yeah.
We're big Attack on Titan fans. We're up to date. I don't read the manga. He reads the manga. He knows what happens. I'm still waiting for part 3 of part 2 of part 1 of part 3.4, whatever. Like, I'm lost, but I love the show. We're both big fans. That's all you need to know.
on Titan just came back, and even if it was just for a week, it kinda got me thinking. The rumbling is one of the wildest apocalyptic events in fiction. A massive army of skinless giants just go for a walk, resulting in the end of all life wherever they go. But the funny thing about fictional ends of the world is most people look at them and like to think about what they would do. Unfortunately, this isn't your average zombie movie or show where you can imagine yourself as a hardened badass against the world. You'll just die in the rumbling. But it does make for an interesting question. What if the rumbling happened in real—
Not if you know how to make a nuke like me and Finn, because we are physicists, okay? We have a chance.
life? Obviously, the world of AOT with its—
Do you know how to make a nuke?
Not yet. I feel like I could learn how to make one.
Do you know there was this classified experiment where they found these two guys with PhDs in physics off the street, literally, right, in America, and they wanted to figure out how hard it would be for just other nations to figure out how to make a nuke, right? And so they got these two guys who had finished a PhD in physics, not doing anything, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to give you this. You have to figure out how to make a nuke. We're not going to tell you anything. And there's still lots of secrets. We're not going to give you the secrets. But you still have access to all the public physics information, which was pretty much everything, right? And we want to see if you can. They weren't sure if they would be able to or how long it would take. You know what they did? They got it right, and it only took them 2 years.
That's crazy, yeah.
And they could make something equivalent to Hiroshima, the general said. And the big problem is like sourcing the uranium. Like that's because we monitor all that, and you won't be able to really do that. So, you know, hey, me and you, we haven't got PhDs yet, but I reckon we could do it.
How much uranium is in Australia? Because I'm pretty sure New Zealand is now. I'm about to get fact checked by the comments, but I think New Zealand is uranium free.
We have like, I think maybe even majority of the uranium stores on the planet. You just got to mine it. So you know, we need
what
uranium.
Do you use it for though?
So, good question. So we need uranium 235 and 238. You know, and that's a process as well. But there's lots of things we can use it for. It's not exactly typical day-to-day stuff like deep space crafts. You know, they have these little engines on them that utilize this stuff. And like take, for instance, Voyager 1 and 2. They have these little extended arms, and they have this little nuclear reactor on it. And it has to be extended, otherwise it messes with the other systems. And it's like, and so it powers those things. And Voyager 1, which was launched in like the 80s, maybe 1980, that's still out there. And it's like just outside our solar system now. And I think the nuclear reactor is going to die in about 2025. They're going to shut down, which is so fucking sad. But hey, we should go back to this video, hey.
Its less advanced technology could do nothing through its sheer military power. But that might not be the case for us. Obviously, we as individuals can't really do anything, but the world's militaries might be a different story. But before getting into what we could do, we have to go into just how deadly the rumbling actually is. Just a single wall titan is already a problem, standing at around 50 meters in height, since that's about how tall the walls they made up are. And they've got the physical brawn to back that up, effortlessly crushing any structures in their path. They also have the defensive capabilities to walk off heavy artillery fire. This isn't even to mention their unnatural speed given their size. They were easily moving faster than the people running away from them, and were also stated to move faster than a gallop.
In the early seasons of Attack on Titan, don't they also talk about how the Titans regenerate like with the sun as well? They like self-heal.
That's how they get energy. That's how they move. They're photosynthetic. This one, I can't remember her name, but she figures out that they must be photosynthetic, otherwise, like because they don't eat. You remember when they eat?
Yeah.
So they eat humans and then they vomit them back up or something, right?
Yeah. They just want to kill them.
And then she was like, how do they get their energy? And then they tie one down and it's like trying to bite them.
And they put it in the light and in the shade and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
To because that probably changes things. Like, I'm just thinking of my 18 Warthog. And remember how they only had one weak spot, which was like on the nape of the neck, hence the OVM gear and
Yep.
the spin to win and that sort of thing.
Spin to win.
You know,
I was just thinking,
that's
I wonder
really
if like with how big they are, if they could get enough energy from the sun to actually power themselves, like these 50-meter tall walking things. We could do this calculation.
weren't they like super lightweight as well? Like their mass was really light.
Are they hollow?
And that's how they.
Are they hollow?
Yeah, it wasn't that they were hollow. It's that they
Anyway,
they
so
didn't
they're
actually
light.
need that much energy or something. Yeah.
Okay, that solves that problem then, because otherwise I don't think that would work.
Yeah. The old T-Rex thing.
I was gonna
were they talking
say
about how.
I was gonna mention as well. So I made a video on this. It was like one of the earliest videos on my channel, thanks to Finn, because Finn got me into this show. He told me to watch this, and so we started watching it. Or I started watching it. This was during the pandemic when I was living in New Zealand, and I fell in love with it. It was amazing, and I made a video on it on my channel, and it got like, I think it was on like 800,000 views, and I had a problem with the walls. I was like, hang on. I was just thinking, like, they're talking about these walls, and it didn't make any sense. It's like, all right, so there are these giant things walking around, and then they built these walls to protect themselves. It's like, is anyone capable of thinking here? Because how do they build these walls if the giants are walking around? You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a meter up, and then you're gonna get eaten.
Yeah,
like it's just not
but
possible. It didn't make any sense
because it was in the wall. They were in the walls. The Titans were the walls.
Spoiler alert!
We're watching about the rumbling, which is like it instantly spoils all of it.
I'm kidding, but I just wanted to say that, like, literally from the start, I was like, this literally doesn't make sense. So either that's what's going on, there's a trick here, or the show is just really dumb. Because one, you couldn't build a wall if these things are walking around. But then two, the other problem was that they said they built it within like 100 years, and it was 50 meters tall and the size of, I can't remember how big, but like a huge nation. So that didn't work out either. But anyway, go check out those videos if you want to see that.
They're great videos.
A horse could get 600 kilometers inland within half a day. A domesticated horse on average.
We could do the calculate there, 600 kilometers in a day. So they're moving. So they're,
100 k's an hour.
That would only
that's pretty fast.
That would only take 6 hours though, and they do it in a day. All right, So what's the math there? They're doing about 25 kilometers per hour.
That's 600 kilometers for 6 hours. Isn't that what you said? Half a day for 600 k?
No. He said they cover 600 kilometers in a day. But I was saying, if you said 100 kilometers per hour, if you're doing 100 kilometers per hour, you could travel 600 kilometers in 6 hours.
Yeah, I thought that she said 600 kilometers in half a day. That was my bad.
Well, all right. No, I think she said, I'm pretty sure they said a day. So
okay.
So they're not traveling 100 kilometers per hour. That would make more sense though, because they're suggesting they're traveling like 25 kilometers per hour. That can't be right. That's slow. I can run faster than that.
Yeah. Wait. If you scroll back on the video slightly, it says there. How long does she say?
Galloping horse. This is with Hanji estimating that they could get 600 kilometers inland within half a day. A domesticated horse on average can run over 40.
He
said half a day, didn't he? He did. Did he say half a day?
Yeah.
I think he did. I missed it.
I bet you he's about to answer it.
A domesticated horse
on
600 kilometers inland within half a day.
How did I miss the half a day? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 600 k's in half a day. So if it's half a day, it's 6 hours. So he's traveling.
No, half a day is 12 hours. It's 24 hours in a day.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about the daytime part of the day. Okay.
Yeah, that would make sense. But I mean, when people say a day, they can also mean 24 hours. So it could be, there's a bit of
domesticated horse
semantics going on.
On average can run over 40.
I'll cut bits that we don't want to keep in, don't worry.
8 kilometers per hour. And if we assume Hanji is referring to a full day-night
cycle, we missed it. What did he say? Over Did he give us the answer? He did.
A day. A domesticated horse on average can run over 48 kilometers per hour. And if we assume Hanji is referring to a full day-night cycle, then that would put the wall titans at around 50 kilometers per hour.
Gives us the answer.
Physicists
minimum for
argue
their-
on how fast.
Well, should we fact check them? Like actually work it out now. So, like half a day. Are we talking 12 hours here or 6 hours? You think 6 hours? That would be 100
If
kilometers
it's
per
6
hour.
hours, it's 100 k's an hour.
Yeah.
And if it's 12, it's 50.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So I am right.
50 is pretty fast.
I win.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes,
50. Usain Bolt can run 39 kilometers per hour, bro.
But he said a horse could only run 45,
49, didn't he?
49.
Was it?
They're
48,
faster than
48,
horses.
48.
Yeah. Over 48.
I feel like a horse can run faster than 48 kilometers. Yeah. They can run quite a lot quicker than that. I'm pretty sure they can run near 100. Like, can we check this? Can you Google it? Because I've got too many tabs open.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
What?
How
Search
fast?
max speed of a horse or horse max speed.
88 kilometers an hour at sprint.
You're going to see some serious shit when this baby hits 88 kilometers per hour. Have you ever heard? Do you know the movie? What's the movie?
The horse can go back to the future. Chuck a flux capacitor on him. Oh no!
They should have done that in the.
So the third movie is irrelevant because
that's what I was about to say. Why didn't they just put it on a horse?
Miles per hour, not kilometers in the movie because they're American. Of course, they're American. Oh wait, now I have to fact check myself here. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because the third movie is all about getting the fuel for it, isn't it?
Yeah, and they use a train.
I should add the DeLorean to my AMI cars.
Put a horse in there.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah, no, it's say 142K. So no one's going back to the future in the Titan universe. Because 88 miles per hour is 142 kilometers an hour. There you go. There's your proof.
I reckon a horse can go faster than 88, by the way. I reckon if you had Fire Lap, could go. Anyway.
Walking speed.
Did he go back
that
to
isn't
the
even to mention.
Well, I don't think so, Finn. I don't think it's that simple.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, it might not be Far Lap, but I think Far Lap's skeleton is here in Wellington.
We have. Yeah, I think we have his heart.
Okay, we're watching the video.
Just how many of them there are. We never get an exact number or even a great.
So the Titans can't go back to the future. We figured that out.
Wait, no, but Aaron can. Remember, he's got his brain thing. This is magic part. He goes and annoys his dad. Toilets.
I'm literally crying, bro. Oh.
Are we gonna get through this video? We have to keep playing the video. We can't stop it. I've got to go in 6 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Great estimate, but we do have King Fritz being quoted as saying there are tens of millions. Although it's hard to say how accurate this number is, since Paradis should not be nearly big enough to house that many. Especially since Fritz had every reason to embellish.
Again, that makes no sense.
A bit. Another statement we have is Armin describing Shiganshina's district's wall alone as having hundreds of titans, which is more reliable considering his position, but we really have no absolute way of knowing. It's definitely a heavily debated—
You know what? If they ran, they could probably go back to the future. So what happens if they ran, and then that's how there's so many?
thing just how many Titans there were exactly participating in the rumbling. But most people don't seem to take Fritz's statement at face value, and a lot of doubt is placed on it by the community. For this video, we're gonna be a little reserved and say there's likely tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of them. Now what happened?
You could just do a calculation like how wide they are and then compare that to the diameter of the circumference of the wall. I don't think you're going to be able to fit 10 million in there. It was massive. Yeah. It was like the size of a continent, the Paradise Island, but still, I don't think...
Because they have those stills as well of the dimensions of the Titans and everything. Yeah.
So there's no way 10 million. I think maybe not even no, maybe around 100,000. I don't know.
If the military gets involved? That's not exactly a straightforward question. There's lots of political factors about how governments would respond to such a threat. But what we do know is that the initial ground response would be completely ineffective. Infantry is just useless against wall titans, and it's what brings us to their most devastating weapon: the intense heat that they put off. From making the water around them boil to burning alive any who come close, the anime makes this aspect of them even more impressive, with it explicitly showing people just community. For this video, we're gonna be a little
I should say, so it's now the next day. Finn had to run off, so we've come back.
I'm back.
We've reassembled.
Reserved and say there's likely tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of them. Now what happens if the military gets involved? That's not exactly a straightforward question. There's lots of political factors about how governments would respond to such a threat. But what we do know is that the initial ground response would be completely ineffective. Infantry is just useless against wall titans, and it's what brings us to their most devastating weapon: the intense heat that they put on.
Would they be? Have they never heard of the nuke on a turret before?
Oh, what's that? What's that? It's not a nuclear weapon, but it's that bomb that they designed. Oh, was it used in Russia? There was accusations that it was. It's like
about hypersonic missiles.
Not hypersonics, but missiles.
Oh,
in general,
the implosion one you're talking about.
Yeah, there's so much arsenal that like the ground forces could bring.
For sure.
And tanks can go fast enough to travel back in time. So I feel like you could just be constantly reversing and firing, you know.
Do they actually travel that fast?
Sure. There's tanks that could go faster than 60 miles per hour, right?
Probably, yeah, for sure. But you're right. Like if they're just walking, the tanks can just continually move and shoot at them.
Yeah.
Off. From making the water around them boil to burning alive any who come close, the anime makes this aspect of them even more impressive, with it explicitly showing people just on fire from being around them. Any ground troops would be instantly...
I guess that complicates the matter.
...overtaken. This would probably be the fate of any ground-based weaponry as well. Like we see demonstrated when Hanji fights off some of the wall titans, their weak spot is the same as any others, the nape of the neck. Our modern weaponry would absolutely be able to damage these monsters, that's for sure. We see how a single explosion from a bombardment managed to blow one Titan's arm clean off. And the technology of this world is much less advanced.
I mean, I can't remember her name at the moment. She was flying around with a sword. And how many did she kill? So why couldn't the infantry, you know, do some damage?
Yeah.
Doesn't make
not tall enough.
Like surely you could have some snipers with some 50 cals that are going to do more damage on the nape than a sword. No?
Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, they even have a sniper in
so much of the show doesn't make sense. It's like, I feel like some of the people who enjoy this stuff just, there's no thinking. It's like, do they really think a sword is going to be more destructive than, you know, like a 50
pure skill is, right? I mean, Jedis, no, we're not going back to Star Wars,
but Jedi have a lightsaber and it's hotter than the core of the sun.
Yeah, okay.
Like not even in the same ballpark. And
the problem with things like basic artillery is that it would have to attack from the front and won't be able to aim for the kill shot quite as accurately. I'm sure some would be taken out from a shot to the neck, since modern militaries do have some powerful explosives at their disposal, but not enough to make a meaningful dent before the...
Like this guy's never heard of a nuke before. Like we
Yeah.
actually do have the capability of launching nukes from the ground. We've actually put them on jeeps before. We've put them on these little turrets. We've even have a handheld one with a nuclear weapon. So yeah.
I think he's going to talk about nukes soon,
All right,
but
all right. Let's see.
not that I haven't watched the
Source of
video, but I'm one of his tabs.
Yeah,
But
I saw that yesterday as well. Nukes.
yeah.
bombardment
In the back.
Yeah.
effective against this kind of enemy would be in the sky. Planes just have every possible advantage in this fight. They are much faster than the Wall Titans, with many modern jets exceeding the speed of sound, such as the F-15 Eagle, which can reach Mach 2.5 and of which there are hundreds in service in the United States military. Aerial weaponry like this also has the advantage of being able to actually hit the Wall Titans' weak spots directly, since it can attack from a variety of angles. And realistically, it shouldn't take too long for militaries to figure out what the weak point of a Titan is. A couple of coordinated strikes and anyone paying decent attention would notice that the ones that got hit in the neck are the ones that stayed down. Hypothetically, the moment this gets figured out, a good amount
I
of
don't even think that matters. I think if you just drop some bombs on them, it's going to damage the neck as well, you know?
Wall Titans
Like
sort of
I'm sure if you obliterate the head completely,
Exactly.
like
Drop a bomb on the head.
the neck is part of the head. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
non-issue. Hell, even drone technology has come
If
a
a sword
long
can
way,
cut
so
it
the
in half.
rumbling could probably be beaten from safely behind a computer. But you know what, let's give good old King Fritz the benefit of the doubt and take his threat of tens of millions of Wall Titans at face value. At least 20 million is quite a lot for sure. And I don't know, we somehow run out of the proper ammunition for the job. Humanity somehow gets their backs against the wall, and now the Wall Titans get to face our ace in the hole, nuclear bombs, of which there are literally thousands. The most powerful bomb to ever be tested would be the Tsar Bomba, with a blast yield of 50 megatons and a fireball radius of around 5 miles. The destructive power to deal devastating damage to entire cities.
I just made a heap of videos about this, so we don't need to talk about it too much. If you want to hear more about nukes, come watch
And
those.
that one is from about military technology. They're kind of in the business of not advertising their best weaponry. When I first thought of doing this video, I genuinely thought
I feel
it would
like
be interesting.
they could also talk about, like, you know, we've got these bridges with like really strong rope. We could just get that rope and put it, you know, between two countries and you know, and then just trip all the Titans up. That would be my strategy to defeat them, you know. Then you don't need to use ammo.
They can just stand back up again, though.
Oh, but like that's a good point. I didn't think of that one.
But I mean, their size already kind of breaks physics. I mean, I know you said they're hollow, or not hollow, but light. So
yeah,
because they've got too much their size, it just doesn't make sense for them to be able to move around really.
But no, 10 minutes of research and it becomes hilariously clear that we would just win. If the rumbling happened in real life in our modern world, it would probably not even last a day, and our most devastating weapons would stay shelved collecting.
Probably last longer than a day, because the cleanup is going to be intense. 10 million of those things. What are you going to do?
but don't they just like melt away?
Oh, do they? I was thinking.
I don't know.
I was thinking we feed them and solve world hunger.
What if we beat them, solve world hunger, and then everyone who eats one becomes one? There, and then you have your problem, right?
That's a good storyline. That could have been like the ultimate twist, right? So it looks like they lost. Like Jaeger, what is it? Jaeger? Jaeger lost.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Eren, and then everyone turns right at the end. Everyone turns into one of those things. That would have been a cool little twist.
But if everyone is one of them, then no one is not one of them.
As in, like, it ends on a cliffhanger. Like, what happens next? But everyone is. They basically lost. It's game over.
Yeah.
So a bad ending.
Dust. Now, it should be clarified that for the topic of this video, I am talking about the conventional rumbling, the massive army of Wall Titans walking around. The rumbling we see at the end of the series is a little special, with Eren joining the fray with Founding Titan powers in full force. And like, the Founding Titan is stupid powerful. I'm eventually going to make a full video on just how dumb strong she is, but Ymir is basically a higher dimensional being. A being that exists beyond death with the ability to simply produce titans from nothing. Not to mention absolute control over all titans on a physiological level. The idea that we could potentially do something about that is laughable. But like a
Yeah, that probably changes things, hey?
Mm.
I feel
Mm.
like that means we lose.
Especially if there's that bird titan as well, because then then the planes are having trouble.
I feel
But
like when you invoke fantasy to that level, it's like that always is going to beat physics and you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, all right, yeah, they win at that point. But if we're just talking about these big walking, you know, things, I reckon we can.
the question: how many jets are there in the world? They reckon that there's currently 53,000 active aircraft.
rumbling would really be nothing to us, and there's really not much else that can be said. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video or found it interesting. The rumble.
So what do you think, Finn? Who wins?
The fighter jets.
I think
You just
actually will lose if they invoke like that fantasy being higher dimensional. But yeah, we'd probably lose if they can just they're basically a wizard, do anything.
wizard. Yeah, but okay. I've always thought long and hard. Okay, if you kill every other Titan, so it's just the fantasy being left.
Yeah.
50,000 fighter jets versus one fantasy being. Who wins?
Well, the fantasy being doesn't. It's like limitless power. So obviously the fantasy being.
Mm.
There's no like, yeah, you can't defeat fantasy with logic because it's fantasy. It's just you know what I mean? You just making shit up. It's just like, oh yeah, well you have all these planes. Well, now they're made out of. It's yeah. I think it's a silly, even to think about it at that point.
It's that who would win? 1 billion lions or the sun, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like who wins, Superman or Goku? It's like, you know, you can't really know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun to think about when you're actually given some quantifiable things, though. But we're not here. It's just like this fantasy being with limitless power. So it's like, there's no. Is there any actual limits that they've stated to that Ymir's power?
I've read the manga, so I don't want to spoil anything. Importantly,
is there something in the next little bit that's relevant?
Yeah,
don't spoil anything. I don't want to actually be spoiled.
So I won't talk any more about it. I will.
All right.
I will say nothing. Nothing. You'll get nothing from me. But I still am pro fighter jets.
Pro fighter jets.
Top Gun Maverick is one of the best movies of all time, and that proves that the power of Tom Cruise in
You think Tom Cruise beats Ymir?
Tom Cruise and the power of is it friendship? And the power of friendship with your best friend's son, your dead best friend's son, wins.
All right, I think that'll do for the video. So make sure you guys subscribe. We'll see you next time.